Hey everybody, it's Cotton here, and I am bringing you some more of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last video, we found out who the new Wind Sage is, and we made our way to the Wind Temple. And in this video, we are going to, start doing the Wind Temple, I guess. But first thing before we started, one thing I noticed while editing is that when you're running, and if you, if you run into Makar, he bounces off of you. And I just thought that was kind of adorable, so I thought I'd show it off. But here we go through our first door, and yeah, so as you can tell already, this temple uses, it's really based off, it really uses wind a lot in this temple, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I know I sound kind of weird, I just, yeah. gotta get back into commentary mode, and I let this guy, what am I trying to do here? There we go. Where did he go? There we go. Let's see, you don't have to take out the enemies here. I just do it because it's very convenient. Let's see, we've got our first warp jar right there, so I'll just take care of that. And magic is also really important in this temple. You're going to be using the Deku Leaf a lot, so you'll want to make sure that you kind of stay stocked up on ammo. But now I get to show you how you get to use Makar. Man, this commentary is not going very well this time. But yeah, let's see. So you can grab hold of Makar, and just like Medley, he can fly. So you have to keep tapping the A button, and he'll go higher and higher. But let's see. Makar is a little bit more of like a vertical flyer, as opposed to Medley. Medley could kind of travel long distances, whereas Makar can kind of go up and down more than she could, and he can't really go horizontally as much as she could. But like how Medley could, just like how Medley could reflect light with her harp, Makar also has his own special ability, and his is planting seeds that will grow trees. And so when you see these mounds of soft dirt, he will plant a seed and grow a little tree. That will do a multitude of things, like it can open doors, it can make chests appear like it did here, or it can be used for the item that Link gets in this temple. So like I've said, if you played a Zelda game before, you probably know what that item is. I guess I won't say just so I don't spoil it in case somebody hasn't played this game before, or Zelda for some reason, but before you stop controlling Makar, you just want to get him on that button there. So that will stop the gust of wind that lets Link travel across. And let's open our first chest here, which is 100 rupees, which is pretty nice. So let's see, there's another mechanic here. It's these springs. You put your iron boots on, you let go, and then it flings you up into the air. And they also accompany that with the Deku Leaf. They have some puzzles that require the boots and the Deku Leaf, so you fling up into the air, then you pull out the Deku Leaf, and you get a lot of height, and you can float across here. And that's the first room. So we did quite a bit in the first room, actually. This is a pretty long dungeon. It's definitely the most complicated one. Yeah, let's see. In the Earth Temple, I mentioned it was kind of straightforward, almost linear in a sense. This one isn't so much. You're going to have to be looking at your map, and you're kind of going to have to take a look around before you really, you know, get an idea of where you need to go or what you need to do in this dungeon. It's definitely a lot more complicated than the other dungeons we've seen so far. The switches there, they just turn the gate. Whoop. Okay, so I guess maybe if you got stuck or something, I don't know. I guess he just says that. I practiced this dungeon earlier today, and he never said that before. So I guess if you just leave him around and walk around a bit, he might say that. So I guess if you happen to get stuck. But here we're going to see how planting trees will open a door. you know, when I first played this game, I was kind of like, after playing as Medley, I was really interested to see like what power Makar could do or what his ability was. And I have to say, I was a little disappointed that it was just planting trees, to be perfectly honest. I guess it makes sense, but yeah, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, for the item you get, it makes sense, but I don't know, you know, I mean, I don't know, I was always kind of disappointed by his ability. But here we plant, or we place another bomb there, and we're gonna get another Tingle statue for it. And we get the Wind Tingle statue. It's sandy and kind of rough. It feels weird. It will be waiting for you on Tingle Island. I actually have never read the descriptions for that before, or at least not... I don't think I've ever read them, or I definitely haven't read them on the Let's Play videos, and those things grow back. They're kind of annoying. But we have a locked door, or a blocked door here, so let's take control of Makar again. And have him plant some seeds for us. So we see there's a mound here. These trees, just like the Deku trees, or the mini trees on the world map, they got little faces on them. There's another mound of dirt to our left. I'm just going to skip out on that for the time being. You can get that if you want to. It doesn't really do anything, but this is the one we're looking to get. This one will open all the doors for us. There we go. But when you do that, some floor masters appear and they grab Makar. So now we're kind of stuck without Makar for a little while, and we can't go forward that way, so let's go through this door. Let's see, we've got some pea hats. You can take care of those if you want to, and I missed terribly. But let's continue on. Cotton, I'm over here. So as you can see, Makar is in a little bit of a prison here. We can't actually get to him just yet. But when you get over to him... The stone that blocks the entrance seems extremely heavy. The only way you could move it, Cotton, is if you were to become as heavy as the Great Deku Tree himself. Ah, if only the Great Deku Tree were here right now. So we know we can get really heavy because we have the iron boots, but there's no way we can actually get rid of that just yet. So, the only way we have to go is through here, past these two Armos Knights, so let's continue on. Once again, I think you don't have to take care of the enemies, but I'm going to do it anyway, just so that they don't bother me. You're going to be switching items a lot here in this dungeon, so, right there, I just showed... Oh man, he almost got me. You saw the cracked floor. When you stand on it with your iron boots, you can break through it, and that's exactly what I just did. Obviously. But let's see. So that's all we needed to do. We just needed to bring the gate up. The only way to do that was using that switch thing right here, and let's just bring these out. And let's get out of here. And we've got our next treasure chest right over here to the left, which contains a joy pendant. Not as great as an orange rupee, but it's something, I guess. And so here we've got a stone tablet we can't get past without Makar, so the only thing we can do is just continue on even further. And here, before you continue on, you'll want to make sure that you are filled up on magic quite a bit, because you are going to be using the Deku Leaf a lot here, so you'll want to make sure that you don't run out of magic. But we press the switch that opens the gate. If you do fall down, you'll just have to restart. You'll have to crawl all the way back up and restart here. There are whiz robes that you heard, so I'll have to take care of these guys. Some of these are weaker than the other ones, so some of them will take like one fire arrow. Some of them will take two of them. In this room, these guys only take one fire arrow hit, and the Deku Leaf clips through the gate there, which is always funny. I do that like every time I play this dungeon. I just have to clip through that gate. I don't know why. It's just something that's always stuck with me. I've always remembered it. But yeah, we have another chest right here, and we get the dungeon map. So now we can see all the rooms in the dungeon, and magic has a really high spawn rate in the grass in this room, so, you know, if you need magic, it's pretty easy to find. You're not really going to have trouble finding it. But let's continue on through this area here. I'm going to need to get back up onto these high platforms here, so we need the gust to go up a little bit higher, and then drop down. Maybe try getting magic real quick, and continuing on this way. So you're going to have to maneuver a little bit. You got to make a sharp turn here to get this gust. And we get over to this gate that's already open. These skulls should have magic in them as well. Whoops. These guys just need a regular arrow. I'll get rid of them. He sounds close. I'll just get rid of him because I don't want him to bother me. Whoops. Hold still, buddy. Come on. Nope. Oh, man. Even when I was practicing, I had a hard time hitting those guys for some reason. But, yeah, okay. All the enemies are taken care of, so let's keep going. Like I said, you didn't have to take care of the enemies. I just did it so that, you know, it wouldn't cause a headache later. I wouldn't, you know, like, get hit by them and then fall down or whatever. Actually, I'm going to do this first. So, we've got our second warp jar here. And I'll just get out of here. Man, I can't do it. I can't. It's gonna be hard watching me trying to beat those guys or hit them with the arrow. But hitting this switch opens up the rest of the tunnel here, or the rest of the room, I guess. There are areas even higher than us, and there's of course all the way down below. But there's not actually any doorways in this whole area down here from where we just were. There's just these two doors. So there's that one that's locked, and then there's this one over here. So it's our only way to go, so let's go through it. So right now everything seems to be a bit straightforward, but once we get our item, everything opens up to us and it won't be quite as easy as it's been. So right here you'll see that there are 5 cracked floors. Each of these will contain a different enemy that you will have to defeat when you reach the floor below. Except for this one right here, the second one from the left. This one has no enemies that you need to worry about. The only thing that you need to do is just move these blocks so that you can reach the floor above, past those spikes. They even mark the floor for you so you know where you need to move the spring. So you just push this one over to this square, and then you bring this to where the tile is marked. So nothing much to say right here, just kind of bringing it over. You don't want to touch the spikes. The spikes are really bad, of course. But there we go. Now that we've got this in place, we can get back to the top here. And we get rewarded with a treasure chest, which gives us a small key, so we'll be able to go through that other door that we just saw earlier. It also makes the spikes go away, makes the door open up, but you'll notice that there's another spot over here that looks like there could be a treasure chest. Now, like I said, when you go through each of these cracked floors here, a different wave of enemies will spawn, and once you defeat all of them, you will get a treasure chart. So the one on the very left spawns red choo-choos. I'll just mention what each one spawns, but I'll cut it out. So I'll see you guys back up top. And now the middle one here. Let's go through and see what it brings us. It brings us a couple of floor masters. So I'll see you guys once I get to the next one. Okay, and the second one from the right. That makes the Armos come to life. Yeah, I bet you were wondering when these guys were going to start attacking. Well, now you know. And finally, the last one will instantly make the chest appear. I thought you actually had to defeat the enemies, but I guess I was mistaken. But we get green choo-choos, so that's nice. Okay, and for all your effort, you get a treasure chart. I can't say I really liked this puzzle or this aspect of getting this chart. It was kind of tedious and annoying. especially considering like you had to keep coming up and then going back down, coming up, and it was really annoying. But you know, I mean, at least they gave you a pretty good price for it. And so I think I'm going to end the video off here. So next time we are going to go through the door on the other side. I will see you guys then.